So in this task, we are supposed to create 7 stages, not create, just type tells the functionality and what kind of tools we can use in order to create the pipeline for the Jenkins. So I have created a build stage, a unit integration test. So the unit test means testing a particular part of the code, not the entire code. Then the code analysis, then the security scan deploy to the staging, and the integration testing, testing the entire code, and after doing all those stages, sending a successful email to the particular email ID. So in order to do that, let's look into the basic uh, code that I wanted to do for this. So it is not isn't one to be hyped for. It's just two-liner code. So console.log, I have actually done it for index.js. So Node.js is what I have used. So in order to create this, you just have to write npm init hyphen y in order to set up, and then you can create this file. And after creating that file, what I've done is created a Jenkins file. So Jenkinsfile talks about the pipeline and all. Before doing that, let's open Jenkins. So I am actually using the war file, and I came to the particular folder where my war file is stored. So right clicking on it, open it in the terminal. And after that, you have to write war hyphen jar Jenkins dot war file, and it will take a couple of seconds. So let's look into the Jenkins file code that I've created for the pipeline. So I have given it the environment. So the environment which I have told the variable email to be my email address. And you can actually remove the staging server or the prod server. It won't create any difference. So the stages, the build has it says building the project, and I have actually used the Node.js project for it. So npm install, and what kind of plugins would I be needing in the Jenkins would be the Node plugin for that. So let's open, I think it has completely initialized. So let's open our pipeline. It will take another couple of minutes. Let's look into the code once again. Okay, it hasn't. So I have this Jenkins pipeline, and in order to create pipeline, just go to new item, write the name of the pipeline, whatever name you want to give to your pipeline, and click pipeline here, and okay. So you will be able to create the pipeline. And so I've created this Jenkins pipeline in here. Let's configure it for us. So I will be using GitHub. So select GitHub project, and you have to actually give the repository that you are using for a project. So create a repository, copy the link. So what I mean by that is this is my repository. So when you will be creating a repository, you will be getting a link. So here you can get the link. Paste that link over here, and what kind of triggers we are using. So whenever we are making some changes onto the Git, it will trigger the changes. So select this. Then the pipeline. So script would be taken from the Git. Select instead of pipeline script and writing the script onto the Jenkins, we are going to be taking the script from the Git itself. So select Git. Again, paste your Git uh, repository pathway, and after that select credentials. So if you are using the credentials for the first time, you won't be seeing this. You will just be seeing none. So let's look into how to create the credentials, and rest thing instead of the master branch. If you are using master, it's fine, but I am actually using main. So I changed it. And then let's look into the credential, how we can get the credential. And for the credential, we do need a token. So let's generate the token as well. So go to the dashboard, go to manage Jenkins for creating credentials. That's what we are doing right now. And in Git, you have to go to the settings, and after settings, you have to go to the developers options. Just a second. Mm, Okay. Now developer settings. Just move on to this side. And let's go to the credentials part of it. And we need a token for it. What I mean by that is, so here I have created a Jenkins ID and I have the username as my email. Use the email which you are using for your GitHub account. And then you have to paste a token in here. So let's create another token. I will just be showing how to create another token instead of actually creating another token. So so what I mean by that is paste your email ID here. So mine is Priyanka. This is my email ID and I need to paste a password in here. The password will be nothing but my personal token. Go with this classic one and generate a new token, a classic one. Again, okay, let's not go with the mobile thing. Let's just go with the password. So you can just give it a name. I have already created one with the Jenkins name. Just go with new and select the repo part. Then go with the project. And if you want to give the admin read or write operations, you can give that. And then go with the generate token. So you will be getting another token. I'm deleting this token because I've already created a token and you will be just seeing the token for once. So paste the token over here, give it a name and then click on create. You will be getting a token. Let's look on to our Jenkins pipeline. So this is the pipeline configure and then you will be able to see something, your email ID over here. Select that. What other things we need to do is, so what this task requirement was like, whenever we are doing changes onto the Git, the changes should be reflecting onto the Jenkins. So if I'm committing any changes, like I'm changing something in the code inside of GitHub, the pipeline in Jenkins should be building and pressing itself rather manually pressing the build option. So for that, I have created webhook. So for the webhook part of it, I need to go to my repository because the webhook would be of the particular repository to reflect the changes that you are doing currently onto that web repository and then reflecting those changes onto the Jenkins. So I am working on this pipeline, on this repository, and we had to create webhook for that. So settings option. After settings, go to the webhook. So I already created a webhook, but it deactivated. So let's go in ahead and create another one. So it is asking me for the payload URL. Now I could get a payload URL just by selecting this and changing this whole local host with my IP address, but the Git actually doesn't access the local IP address, the private IP address. So in order to create a public IP address, I am going to be using this tool called N0. So I selected that and let's open it. And you can download it and then sign up for it and you will be getting a token for it. So you just have to paste the token and press enter. You will be able to write the commands onto it and it will be accessing all the things that you wanted. So it will be actually be able to read the ngroup command. So in order to get the public IP address for the Jenkins host, we have to write ngroup, then HTTP because it is using HTTP, then the port number. So I am getting an IP address for that public IP address and selecting that public IP address. Okay, just a second. Selecting a public IP address, pasting in here. Then here's the change. You have to write GitHub Webhook and selecting the app.json. So that's what I'm using and Webhook. So it should be able to actually put something. Just a second. Let's look into it. Let's see whether it is actually able to access it or not. Let's just create another one. Delete the previous ones that I have. Maybe that they are creating a problem in it. Let's delete these. Yes, I'm aware about it. Let's delete this as well. And let's add this and go with GitHub Webhook. It will okay. Webhook was successfully created and it should be able to make the changes. So let's do the changes in Git repository. So let's go to the repository and look onto the Jenkins file. So I was talking about the email and the build part of it. I have created the index.js. So it will be using npm command. So install, then the test part of it. Now for the test part, I have actually created this file called sample test. So it actually uses it checks the whether there are any sort of indentations or not. And all those files are onto Git. So it checks that test. You can manually do that, or we have the plugins called Jest for the Node packages, and then I have the code analyze analysis part of it. So I am using Lint. So that also I've done it manually. In order to do the you can actually use the Sonar. I have used the Lint, and in that I have actually opt all the console statement because it's one liner code and there would be certain errors like why there are double quotation marks also. So I just turned it off because I don't want it to see any error. You can turn it on and take the help of the sample test for the code analysis part of it. Then talking about the security, we have the Sonar Cube security scanner. So I have actually installed it, but I'm not applying onto it here because that wasn't the requirement of this task. Then the deploy stage. Let's make some changes and see whether our Jenkins is actually performing whenever we are committing changes onto this. So let's do the changes in the deploy stage. So for deploy, we can actually use Netlify. We have a couple number of options like Firebase. We have Netlify. We have AWS and ample number of options. So I will go just with Netlify. Netlify is one option for deploy, and just let's go with the integration test. So integration test could be done like I have created the node. Actually, I'm working with the node project. So for that, there are Cypress. You can use that. We have others option. We can use Postman, but it is particularly for the web API. So Cypress would be the better option. So Cypress for the npm testing option, and for the okay, deploy to staging and deploy to production could also be done using Netlify, or let's go with the other option, AWS, for also get the job done. So then we have this post. Now, what does it do actually? It sends the email. Let's look into the email part of our Jenkins as well. So I have this system, and then inside the system, we need to set things for the email. Okay, it is taking a couple of seconds. Okay, and let's go to the email part. So email notification. I have set the smtp.gmail.com. I have given it my email address. You just have to write the suffix, but I have written the entire one. Then the actual username, that is my email, and this password would be nothing but whatever your app password is. So in order to get your app password, go to your account, manage your Google account, and after that, search for app password. So let's go to the security and then search for the app password. Maybe then it will give me the app password. So you can see app password was removed and recovered and all that sort of thing. Let's go with the app password. It will be giving me the app password now. And whenever if you will just be able to see the app password if you are actually signed on the two-step verification. So let me enter my password. And I have created the Jenkins password. Let's go with another one created, and you will see the app password pop up. You will just be able to see it for once. So done. Copy it and place it somewhere safe. I'm deleting it, and you have to paste it, and then the select the SSL, and after that the port for the SSL that SMTP uses is 465. I have selected another email to reply to and select the save option. So whatever the changes I have done onto the Git, let's see whether, so currently I am at the 29th build. Whatever the changes I have done, I haven't committed it. So let's commit it, them, and see whether it will automatically create another stage view for me. So changes were committed, and I hope the webhook was working properly. Let's check our webhook for once. Okay, it wasn't successful. Again. Let's just reload it. Okay, there seems to be a problem with the webhook again. Let's create another webhook for that. So the thing that I was actually missing in my webhook was nothing but this forward slash that created the problem. So actually changed it, and as you can see it's successful. So after delivering it, let's make another changes because it didn't recognize when I did the changes earlier because the webhook wasn't working properly. Let's go to the code and let's do some changes in there. Let's create another echo. So let's go and say Jenkins file, and let's commit the changes, and hopefully it should be committing the changes inside our Jenkins. Let's reload it. Okay, let's go to our webhook. Okay, it is automatically working now. It gave me a shock. Okay, let's see. I should be receiving an email onto my account. So let's just open it for once and shift it to the other side. Shifting it to the other side and seeing whether I will be getting an email or not. Okay, so it has performed the STM. Build is done, testing is done, code analysis, scanning, deploy is done, which isn't a big deal because I just wrote the echo command in there. So it has posted something, and as you can see, we have an email received to us. So pipeline execution complete, check Jenkins for the details. So we have checked the Jenkins for our details. So this is how you do it. Thanks for watching the video.